Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is free for all Friday, and your boys are back. Hey man, what's going on? How was your week?
Yeah, doing good, man. Doing good.
We have. I feel like we lived together because what we were together Saturday night. We were together. Did we just Sunday morning? We were Tuesday for the show, and today Friday. I mean, all these little breaks in between is just it's not enough for me. I'm tired of seeing you fucking guys. What's up?
And
you got to see us tomorrow too.
Yep. And
Shit! I forgot about that. I forgot. I completely forgot about that. So. Well, today's a special day, Hardway. It's free for all Friday, so anything can happen here. We got a couple stories, but we have a special guest too. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's probably Rob Frosty Wells. No, it's not. It's not. Oh, it's probably Brian Hardy. No, it's not. Right? It's not Brian Hardy. Right? Oh, it's Jesse. It's Deathmatch Daddy Jesse Daniels. No, it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in Hardway history, we have a Merrick Miami Day.
Yeah.
Merrick, welcome to the show.
Superstar.
Look at you, man. Didn't I tell you that this guy was a younger version of AK?
yeah, he looks it.
Yeah, he definitely looks it. With this baby face here, man. What's going on, Merrick? How are you, buddy?
I'm freezing.
You're freezing.
I am freezing.
So you're cold. Are you originally from this area?
Yeah, I'm from a little place in named Hanover, like right outside of Gettysburg.
Okay, you're the mayor of Utztown is basically what we're gonna call you. Isn't that where Utz is from? Yeah.
Yep.
Snyder's and Utz.
Yeah.
So what you're a small man. You don't have a lot of meat on you like the rest of us fat guys. Well, not Ricky, but he's got Merrick. He can't.
I weighed in at 157 on Wednesday at my appointment.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
You didn't take your keys out of your pocket, probably. I would imagine.
No, I was trying to get naked, but they wouldn't let me.
Okay. Well, you can't do it in the waiting room, Ric Flair. I mean, you can't.
I mean,
right?
it was right out in the open.
I saw you. I out there doing the helicopter. Come on, come weigh me. So you don't get so your wrestling name is Merrick Miami. How did you come up with Merrick Miami?
So it was a lot of trial and tribulation, really. For those that don't know, before I was Merrick Miami, I went by Leo Sweet. And that's kind of how I broke into the business, debuted as Leo Sweet, which just eventually for like 5 years, it was fine. And then it just got, I guess, cringy to me, and it just got corny, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So
what was the gimmick? What was the gimmick?
It was a lot of things, actually. So like first, the Leo Sweet gimmick was my high school best friend and I, we broke into the business together. He now goes by Sage Matthews, but he went by Will Yum, and I was Leo Sweet, and we were the Candy Cranes.
I like that.
And
I like that.
we had we had like a candy gimmick. We come out with like the big swirly lollipops and shit. It was real corny. But I mean, it got over. Like, we had people, like, I'll never forget one night we wrestled in York, and somebody offered to buy our giant swirly lollipops we came out to the ring with, and like we were licking them and stuff coming out to the ring and everything, and they bought it. They bought them for like $15 or something crazy like that.
That's
wrestling
insane.
fans are wrestling fans. And
please tell me it was a woman. Please tell me it was a woman.
It was.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
thank
a
God.
woman. Yeah.
Thank God.
And so then like it
Hey
went
man,
from
can I
that.
get your lollipop?
Yeah, right.
Remember,
And then
some
went
woman
to,
took your shoes at
like, my singles
ATTW.
run. It went to like a singles run, and it was kind of like I don't, I went, but then I was the sweet one, Leo Sweet, and then I don't really know what that gimmick was. That was kind of like one of those in between. I don't know what I'm doing gimmicks. And I'm naturally and in real life a huge Michael Jackson fan, like probably one of the biggest ones out there. And so then I became the King of Sweet, Leo Sweet, and basically did like a Michael Jackson-esque kind of gimmick until Santana Jackson, which I have to mention I've been calling out for months now. Pretty much ruined that whole gimmick for me.
So that's the guy that actually dresses and wrestles like Michael Jackson, correct?
Yeah, that's the guy
Yeah.
who did like the moonwalk DDT, and everybody was tagging me and promoters messaging me wanting to book me, and then I had to say no, it's not me. And then that was pretty much the end of the King of Sweet, Leo Sweet gimmick.
Gotcha.
So then I just kind of during COVID happened, and I was like, I'm tired of this. I wasn't having fun in wrestling. I felt like I was going out there being somebody I wasn't. And as all wrestling fans know, like we see that if we see performers like not totally into what they're doing. So I was like, forget this. I always wanted to name a child if I ever had a child, Miami. Don't know why. I just always have thought it was cool. So I was like, all right, well, Miami's definitely going to be in the name. Trying to figure out what went with it. I was like Merrick Miami, Miami Mercado, which is Mercado is my father's last name. I was like Miami Mercado. Somebody had pitched me to go by Mr. Merrick Miami Mercado. And I don't know. I just one night I just was like, you know what? It's going to be Merrick Miami because that's the one I felt like rolled off the tongue the most, and it's just like Miami Mercado was definitely up there on the list. But I like to have a first name that's actually like not like a place or I wanted something like the fans can talk to me and be like, "Oh, hey, Merrick."
Uh-oh.
Like
Oh.
so
He came back. Did you guys lose him for a second there?
He froze for a second.
Oh, okay.
did I
Okay.
freeze?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're back.
Did you at least hear me?
Yeah, so you wanted the first
Oh.
name. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I wanted a first name that fans could just talk to me like a normal human being and just say, "Oh, hey, Merrick." But people still just, "Hey, Miami," But yeah, so Merrick Miami, it was kind of, I think it was a couple months that I had it written down, and I just didn't look at it because I was like, my brain hurt trying to figure out which name I wanted to be. And of course, I didn't want to be in a situation where I was Leo Sweet for 5 years, and the next 5 years I'm going to be something else, and then I'm going to decide to change my name again. So Merrick Miami became Merrick Miami, and it's going to be with me until I get signed and my name gets changed, or
No
or
way,
I'm
bro.
done.
You need to go
Or
out
I'm
right
done.
now. You need to go put your name on it right now. Make sure that is your name. That way everything your likeness,
Yeah.
everything is yours.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I want to do it. So I have the contact to do it. It's just so expensive.
I do like Leo Sweet Child Predator. That whole
No.
Michael Jackson thing. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, but it was definitely watching stuff now is definitely a cringy time for sure.
Right. Right. You have to send me some YouTube links. I'd love to see those sometime.
Oh yeah.
So who trained you, by the way?
So I was trained by the Wolfman, Evan Atlas, and Ken Andrews from SWO, or Susquehanna Wrestling Organization.
Okay.
Mainly kind of Ken Andrews and Evan Atlas. Wolfman was there and coached us on things, but he never really got in there and was training hardcore with us.
Are you have you always been a wrestling fan? How did you get into wrestling? I know your childhood best friend got into it with you, but how did you actually?
So I just randomly, man, it would have been like late 04, flipping through the channels one night as a kid, and I remember coming across Raw, and it was Rhino.
Hold on, wait. Did you hear what he said? 2004, he was a kid.
Yeah.
Fucking guy. No.
Young buck, baby.
Yes. God
And
Alright.
I saw Raw on, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was called Raw. I knew it was wrestling. And it was Rhino versus Christian for the Intercontinental title. And it's funny that that's the first match that I ever saw, because probably at the top of my faux list of wrestling is Christian. Like, I cannot stand Christian. I am not a fan of Christian.
Really?
I will not pretend that I like Christian. Now, obviously, in a professional setting, if I ever got to work with Christian, that would be,
How's your
I mean,
father?
I can't even say, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even say that he's not one of the all-time greats, but as a fan, I'm just like, oh, brother.
Is your dad still alive?
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I was just saying, because if you really wanted to get in good with Christian, he likes the fatherless.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's the
yeah,
patriarch.
and then I just remember, man, this was really cool. And I don't think I watched much after that. I think I watched that match and like turned it off and went to bed or something. But I remember like trying to flip through the channels the week after that to be like, I wonder if I can find this again. And then I did. And then I remember I started watching every week, and then my great grandparents who raised me, my great grandpa was like, one day came home and was like, guess where we're going tomorrow night? And I was like, I don't know where. He's like, the wrestling matches. And
I love that. The wrestling
the
matches.
wrestling matches, dude. And I just remember being in awe, seeing that in person. And I still have the first ever program that I bought at that show. I mean, it's all beat up because, I was a kid, and, how kids are with books
Sure,
and
sure, sure,
stuff.
sure.
But still have it, and still, even though I do it now, even though I perform, I still, when I go to those things, like, I don't watch it as a wrestler, I watch it as a fan, because I feel like it's very important as a professional wrestler to never forget what made you enjoy it. And even as an adult, like, I know everybody has their opinions on it and stuff like that, but like, I'm not a big Star Wars guy. Look how many people are grown adults and love Star Wars, and you know what I mean? Like,
You just made
I can't.
Scotty take his pants off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
yeah, I know, but
behind
you
me.
get
Look,
you get where I'm coming from. Like,
Merrick,
you
look,
have to go back to what you enjoyed as a kid. I mean, it keeps you youthful and it keeps you energized.
You gotta take
I-
this guy to a toy show with us one time.
Oh yeah. I
Merrick,
actually I love that approach, because I don't anytime that I watch wrestling, if I go to WWE or AEW or wherever, or if I go to my own, I cannot watch as a wrestler or a manager or someone who is in the business. I can't do it anymore. I really can't.
Right.
I call spots out before they happen. Like, I just can't. I can't. Maybe I'm ruined, but I love that. I love that approach, that you can still watch it as a kid. I actually, when you're talking about you're being younger and your grandfather and stuff like that, your face lights up too. Your eyes get bigger. So I can tell that
Yeah.
it's still, you still love it. You still love it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, as you know, since you're in the business, a pain in the ass sometimes. It makes you want to lose your mind, but at
Every
the end
day.
of the day, still love it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's you're right. Wrestling is very tough. I heard Bobby Heenan say one time, when they asked him if he could tell a younger him, or someone getting into the business, what they should do, and he said, "Put a gun in your mouth and blow your head off." So, and there are times, and there are times where it's very frustrating creatively, or very frustrating with
Yeah, for
someone who
sure.
wants to change your character, or something you have in mind to do, and you think it's like right, and then somebody tells you something different. You're like, fuck, that's really not how it should go, but whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you get out there in front of everyone, you get that pop, and the it's all worth it. It really is all worth it. And then you
For
get to start
sure.
the cycle all over again for your next show.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so, but I love that. So you've been in the business for how long now?
This coming July will be 10 years already.
Wow, you're old as shit. 10 years. Now, who have you faced? Give us some guys. And now we know Cardona, right? That's
Right.
the big one that I know. Actually, I almost took my pants off like Scotty did when he talked about Star Wars. When I was listening to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast and he brought you up, and I was like, "Well, I know that guy. I know that guy." I got so excited. So
Yeah.
besides Cardona, we can get into Cardona here in a second. But give
Yeah,
us some of
sure.
the guys that you've come across in your time in wrestling.
Sure. Adam Armstrong.
Oh. Well, I
Adam.
don't start at the top. Don't start at the top. Start at the bottom, right? And work your way up to double A.
Yeah. No, I've been really fortunate to work with a lot of guys that I watched growing up. Obviously, Cardona number one on my list. But Dirty Dongo, Fandango, Cortez Castro, Lucha Underground. A lot of people know him as Ricky Reyes.
Yes.
Actually worked, one of my favorite programs that I've ever worked in professional wrestling was with him. Got to wrestle Shannon Moore.
Forgot about that guy.
Be in the ring with, I didn't wrestle him, but I did like a seminar with Seth Rollins, which was
nice.
pretty awesome. Guys like Ty Awesome, guys like Greg Excellent, who I watched growing up locally in Hanover at GBW. Actually, since we're on this, I'm going to be wrestling another guy I watched at GBW, Eric Enders, on December 28th. So that will be cool. I've been fortunate to be in the ring with a lot of guys that we all broke in the business at the same time. Some are traveling the world right now. Some are in WWE. I was on shows with Carmelo Hayes when we were youngins. So to see him on that stage now is great. Casey Navarro just got signed by Impact.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, wrestling is different. Like within these last couple of years, like independent professional wrestling is crazy. Since 9 years ago when I started, and then you got guys like Adam Armstrong.
Yeah, Kevin Erickson in the chat said, "Jesus, he starts with Kevin Bacon."
But yeah, I've been grateful for sure.
Ricardo Rodriguez is from your area too, right? Doesn't he have a promotion up there?
Yeah, Three Legacies Wrestling. Yeah, shared the ring with him just a few months ago. Work on his shows pretty frequently. Three Legacies Wrestling, great promotion. Ricardo was actually just on Chris Van Vliet on Insight, which is a great listen. If you listen to podcasts and stuff like that. But super, super nice guy. Remember the first time I met him, I was just like, in my head, I feel like everybody does it, but in your head, you're like, Alberto!
Yeah.
As a kid watching him grow up, yeah, that's what I knew him as. But, I see him so much more than that now. He's just an incredible person and has been through so much and has overcome so much and speaks openly on that. And I think that's wonderful. But yeah, man, so many. I can think of a million, but we're gonna be here all night if I name them all.
I did a show with Ricardo not too long ago, and actually I'm going to do one here in January with him. And I said to him, "How did you survive Alberto Del Rio?" And he says, "The question is, how did he survive me?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, wow." That's crazy. So, Cardona. Let's get to Matt Cardona. I know we talked about Double A, and we don't have to go back into Double A again because we know that it's like bucket list check. But Cardona, how did you get involved with that?
So me naturally just being like a Zack Ryder fan from day one. I mean, honestly, even farther back than Zack Ryder when he was Brett Major. I don't know why. I always had a liking for like the underdog guys that like I knew they weren't going to win, but I wanted to feel like they were going to win. So I'm not even going to lie. It's an obsession. Started as a kid with Cardona, but So in that transition from Leo Sweet to Merrick Miami, I wanted something for people to not call me Leo Sweet, because I was working shows as Merrick Miami and people were still yelling out Sweet and calling me Leo, and I just totally wanted that to be over with. Now, obviously, me being me, a dream match with Zack Ryder, like, that was always on my bucket list. Did I ever think would happen? No. But I thought, okay, well, let's use this to my advantage. I'm going to call him out. And regardless if he says yes or no, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, people are going to say, who the hell is this Merrick Miami kid who called out Matt Cardona, who, mind you, got released like 4 months earlier? So, I mean, it never was, I say it was never supposed to happen because I didn't think it was possible. And it was mainly just to get attention on the Merrick Miami character. And then when I got word that it was happening, I don't know. It still doesn't feel real to me at all. And it won't.
So were you able to prepare yourself mentally for Cardona? I mean, your eyes are lit up here just talking about it. I mean, how did you not pull a Scotty and pull your pants off in the middle of the ring?
Oh, dude, it was I probably shit myself 2 or 3 times over. No, I just remember it
That's
being
his
told,
finisher, by the way, boys. I don't know if you guys know that. That's his
Yeah.
finisher. Yeah.
I just remember being told that, hey, like, we're having a conversation and we're gonna see if we can pull this off. Then I remember the conversation of it, like, he's available. And I just kept telling myself, like, don't get your hopes up, because out of all the people that you could ever want to wrestle, this is the one you want the most. And if you get your hopes up and it doesn't happen, like, I knew I would have been crushed. Like, I just know it. I probably would have, like, not wrestled for months.
Right.
And but then I get confirmation and they're like, hey, like, we know you do graphic design work. We want you to create this poster for this show in September. And I said, okay, give me the details. And they were like, oh, we want you versus Matt Cardona on the front of, like, the poster. And that's how I found out that, like, it was confirmed and happening. And I was just like, are you serious, brothers? I went all out for this show. I designed the poster. I designed tickets with him and I on it. I designed the flyer, dude, the whole 9 yards. I went ape shit over this. And but I'm a professional. So show day, when Matt showed up, it was business, and it wasn't till, and I'll never forget this. We were sitting in a room together putting the match together. And just like you're telling me right now that you can see it in my eyes how excited I am, he could too. And he just reached over and touched my shoulder and it's like, hey, it's okay. Like, you can be excited about this. And I was just like, oh my God, my hero is the best. Like, I was like, this is crazy. And dude, like, it replays in my head every day, me sitting there in a room with him planning that match. And even though the total match is a blur to me, there's like 3 or 4 like 30-second windows in that match that I remember.
Did he put you over?
Oh yeah, he put me over. And
he doesn't put many people over.
Dude, I don't even know, like, what I tell everybody is the only way that I could ever repay him for doing that, for me being such the big fan that I am, is if I make it huge one day and I can do that for somebody else who looks up to me, that is the only way that I could ever repay that dude. Like, that's it.
Did you find it was crazy that he still charged you $40 for an autograph?
No, I get all my autographs for free.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to send you some stuff.
He's a great dude. But no, I did, and this will attest to how big of a fan I actually am. Afterwards, I spent, I think it was like $675 on his Whatnot stream to buy the vest that he wore to the ring that night. So
Oh,
I owned the
wow.
vest that he wore to the ring against me, and I had him sign it like the Quakertown screw job because that's where it was at. And I like DM'd him on Twitter after I bought it and was like, "Hey, that was just me," and he was like, "Are you fucking crazy?" And I was just like, dude, you have no idea like how much that whole night meant to me. I was like, you're my fucking hero, and like to own this is like owning the world for me. And then he sent me a whole bunch of like other stuff too, like with it, and I just like such a great dude. Like I know a lot of people have horrible opinions about him just because of the way like he's real, you know, he's a realist with everything that he says, and if you can't handle that, then oh well. You know what I mean? Like he could tell me tomorrow that I'm a piece of shit and I would still worship the dude because I've invested so much time into him and I would believe him. I'd be like, okay, I am a piece of shit. What do I need to do to not be a piece of shit? Like,
Yeah, there's something about somebody who is like honest, and Matt Cardona is one of those guys. Like
oh, for sure.
he never pulls punches. He just tells you exactly how it is or how he feels or how it should be or whatever. And I
Right.
mean, you might not like it. I always stop. I've run into him a couple times. I've gotten stuff from him. Every interaction I've had is different.
Yeah.
Ricky, did you go with me to the signing?
Yeah, we went to the one in Virginia, I think, and then we saw him at WrestleCon.
Yeah. So again, I've seen him one or two other times since then. Every interaction is different. Like I was like, this guy's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's the only way he's like he's fucking
He said
weird.
never meet your heroes.
Yeah, but he's not like he's like I enjoy his podcast. I enjoy him and
Yeah,
Smart
absolutely.
Mark and but if you don't know how to take somebody like that, then I can understand where you're like, oh, this
Right.
guy's a piece of shit. But he's
Yeah.
not. Like he's real and he's been around the world. And you have to when you're a traveler or when you're in wrestling, you have to be constantly on your toes and watch your back because there's always someone trying to take advantage of you, one way or another.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're dealing with the merchandise and the money and stuff that he's dealing, his fanny pack full of cash.
Oh yeah.
You got to
Oh,
be on
yeah.
your toes and ready to go. So yeah, no, I think he's awesome. I think it's awesome. I've only ever heard him talk about a couple of dudes that he's wrestled, and Nick Gage, Merrick Miami. They're the ones. I'm like, he
Right.
just loves Merrick. He just loves Merrick. So anyway, we're gonna get into some stuff here. Merrick, you gonna hang around a little bit?
Yeah, we'll hang out.
Awesome. Yeah, we got a couple stories we're gonna go over. Then we're gonna
Merrick,
watch NXT.
Merrick, are you a face or a heel when you wrestle?
Depends where I'm at, really. My home promotion SWO, I just turned face. And then upcoming shows and new promotions, I'm not really sure yet. I'll get with the promoters, see what they
What do you
prefer.
prefer? What do you prefer?
Heel for sure. Heel for sure. I'm a
Yeah,
weird
you worked
baby.
you worked
I'm a
face at
weird-
USW, but you could see that you did not want to be face.
I am a weird baby face.
Yeah, we
I'm a
lived
very-
in.
I mean,
the
don't get me wrong. I have fun doing it, but I feel at home in the ring as a heel for sure.
Oh yeah.
We lived in the ATCW world with Jonathan Cross as a full blown heel, and then the last what was it, the first half of this year where he was like a face. It was like living in an alternate universe. Like shit wasn't right until he turned back heel again.
Yeah, I didn't get cheered until I turned heel again. I actually enjoyed being face there because I am a people person anyway, and I like to make people laugh and do that kind of stuff. And as a heel, you can still do that, but there's a different, like it's different.
Right.
Like you're an asshole when you're doing it. Like you're more or less making fun of making other people laugh at someone else's expense. And then when you're face,
Right.
you don't have to do that, right? Everybody
Yeah.
loves you or whatever. So
Hey, were you there for the drumstick incident at the last USW show?
he was not.
Oh, he
No.
wasn't.
You only wrestled once there, USW, right?
Yeah, that last show, man, I was so excited to get back down there, and that Friday night.
By the
I
way,
will
no
not-
one's ever fucking said that about Elmore, West Virginia. Now I'm so excited to get down. No one.
Listen, I know, but I like the road trips, and like I film my vlogs now every show that I do, so like just more content and genuinely a great group of guys at USW. And I remember waking up sick as a dog that night, and I was like, oh man, I was
Yeah,
like,
I know
because I
Brian was
think the
very
show before
disappointed.
that, I think I was sick too, or my wife was sick, or something.
Yeah, did you have a
But
double booking or something? Didn't you accidentally double
oh
book
yeah,
yourself? Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's what
I
it
must
was.
have told I must have told a promoter that I was free that day, and then totally forgot about it and told Brian that I could make it, and then I felt like an asshole.
Well, I'm sure he'll get you back down there. Are you going to the awards thing tomorrow?
No, I got
Okay.
I got a charity event to do tomorrow, but
Gotcha.
I'll
Have you
get
ever
there at
thrown
some point.
Have you ever thrown a Diet Coke can at a fan heckling you?
No, no, but last SWO show, a fan threw a chair into the ring because they were pissed at the finish of the main event, and it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
was I was I was sitting at my merch table watching it, and I was like, "This is fantastic."
Yeah, this is exactly what you want from fans. Weapons. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Scotty, you have a question for Merrick?
No.
What? You said there all that fucking time. You don't got one question. Put your pants back on now.
Rick, most of them. Ricky already
Rick-
asked that was coming up.
My bad. I stole your cheat sheet.
Yeah.
It's just cheat sheet. All right, well, let's get into it here. AEW and WWE to debut an in-ring A and E and
You
WWE. I fucked it up already.
you just pulled a Cornette because Cornette does that same darn thing. You can't remember A&E and AEW. They're different from each other.
And I'm actually reading it, so I'm
Yeah.
even stupider.
Put your glasses on.
A&E and WWE are to debut an in-ring competition series called WWE LFG. What does LFG mean?
Let's fucking go.
No, it's Legends of Future Greats. I mean,
Oh.
that's exactly what I was like. No way they're calling this "Let's Fucking Go" on TV. So I was all about it. But basically, what I understand here is it is superstars, current superstars, taking new superstars or future superstars under their wings and teaching them the ropes. Merrick, have you ever worked at WWE or AEW in any capacity, extra talent, anything like that?
Negative.
Negative. Have you ever tried?
Yeah, I have tried. I pretty much every time they come around, like within an hour or 2 hours, I'll send my info in to be an extra, but I've never got picked yet.
Gotcha.
You know, AEW's in DC. Was the 18th, I think.
18th. Yeah, 18th.
Yeah.
I was I read this. I mean, so it's basically they're guiding superstars, guiding new talent. We're not sure exactly what it's going to be yet. What Merrick Hughes said it earlier about maybe possibly the guys from the ID program. I actually think it's going to be a little bit different. The ID program, we're going to see these guys sooner than later in the ID program. These guys are going to be coming up to NXT fairly quickly, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
From what I'm reading. Do you guys remember Tough Enough?
Yes.
Do you remember Tough Enough, Merrick? Were you old enough for Tough
Oh,
Enough?
Yeah.
That was starting when he said he started watching it, I believe. When
Oh,
Tough Enough, like 2005?
No, Tough Enough.
2003.
Oh, that was before that.
Was
No,
it?
Tough Enough started in '99. No, excuse me. 2001. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
yeah.
it literally started soon after because that's when we got the first crop of people. That's where we got Maven. That's where we got I can't remember the girl winner's name, but yeah, we got those guys, and then they did like 3 seasons of it, and I think it ended in like 04, 05.
We got the Miz. I mean, the Miz. We got the Miz from Tough Enough.
Yeah.
Mandy was from Tough Enough.
Freaking who was that kid that
Festus was from Tough Enough.
The one guy that became an announcer, I cannot think of his name, but he was a Josh something or other.
I know who you're talking about.
I can see his face.
Yeah.
Josh Matthews.
Yes, Josh Matthews.
Yeah.
What's the guy that does the announcing now? The dude that's in the back does the announcing now. He came from Tough Enough too. Not Jonathan Coachman. I can't remember his name. I'm terrible. Anyway, that's what I want to see back. I mean, this is going to be a produced show with showing the journey of a young wrestler getting into the business and being guided by actually. How would you like, Merrick? You're getting into the business and they say, "Hey, I'm going to put you with Kevin Owens."
Yeah, how sweet would that be?
Bro, that doesn't
Yeah.
happen. That doesn't happen. You're like,
Right.
oh yeah, Merrick. I know you're new to this and everything. We're gonna get you started here. I need you to, a buddy of mine, Undertaker. He's gonna come work with you a little bit here. And they're like,
Yeah, right.
what? So there are guys like the Undertaker, Stone Cold, and Kevin Owens. It's gonna be a part of this, and Triple H, and a whole bunch of different guys. But it's gonna be like overproduced. Like it's gonna be just like anything, like Hard Knocks. Like it's gonna be like
Oh, yeah.
really laid out, not like Tough Enough. Tough Enough, you might get fucked up in that show. They get you on. You're making you do burpees and push-ups and making you throw up in front of people, and then they might make you do it again right after you're done puking. Al Snow beat the shit out of these guys. They brought in what? Bob Holly. Bob Holly beat the fuck out of him. One dude tried to armbar Kurt Angle. I mean, that's the kind of show that's what I want to see. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, no, I agree.
so anyway, new show coming. Legends and Future Greats.
The one guy I am praying to God that they do again. I love him to death. You know, great legend, but I pray to God they don't try to bring Flair. No, like that would just kill the whole show.
Yeah. Let's hope they don't bring Ric Flair. Actually, he just got. They made it a news story. Really isn't. He is no longer allowed to wear his robe on an airplane. From what I understand, that's what got him in trouble the first time that he took his robe off on an airplane. So, anyway,
Jesus.
yeah. So LFG coming soon to A&E, not AEW.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Nick Nemeth. Speaking of let's fucking go, let's fucking get out of AEW. Nick Nemeth.
The wanted man.
Yeah, the wanted man. No, that's his brother, right?
It's
That's his brother.
Yeah, Ryan Nemeth, the Hollywood Hunk.
Ryan. You know what? They both look alike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler's brother.
Dolph's little brother. Dolph's
Yeah.
big brother, right? He's older than Dolph, right?
No,
I have no idea.
Ryan's the younger brother. I thought.
Is he? Okay, well, whatever. He don't mean shit. Anyway, he will not sign an NDA that AEW tried to, not A&E. AEW tried to get him to sign an NDA. Ricky, what happened there?
So, according to Fightful, there was some issues back in September 20 or April of 23, where his issues began with CM Punk backstage, and there were some of these incidents with Punk. There was some with Punk allegedly threatening him. He supposedly had support from the Bucks and Moxley backstage, but nobody really did anything about it. Nemeth claims AEW did not respond adequately and sidelined him for 2 months, and then he feared he was being silently fired. In August of 2023, Nemeth was allegedly asked to leave AEW's show at Punk's request. Though AEW initially cited travel confusions, he later claims he was instructed to antagonize Punk during a live promo, but felt his concerns were, what the hell is going on with my damn screen? Oh, concerns were ignored by AEW's legal and HR departments. After Punk's physical altercation with Jack Perry at All Out 23, Nemeth was invited to participate in an investigation, but felt AEW was more focused on Punk's future than his grievances. Nemeth pitches for creative return went unanswered, and by November of 23, he worked his final AEW match, and he believes AEW's management blamed him for the fallout with Punk, who was fired shortly before Nemeth's departure. He wanted Ryan alleges AEW offered him a settlement worth 3 years of salary in exchange for an NDA, but was withdrawn, and he was threatened with legal action if the matter escalated.
All right, so Nemeth spoke to executives. Now, who are these executives he spoke to, you think?
Well, he said he spoke to the Bucks and Moxley.
Right. So the Bucks are the executives, and they said they encouraged him to continue to cut promos.
Yeah.
Against CM Punk. So you remember we used to get all those tweets about this or that, and Punk is soft, and so it was basically pushed by the Bucks, probably the Bucks, and I don't know about Kenny, but whoever else was involved with whoever the executives were. So Nemeth was quietly fired. And it was funny. We'd see him most of the time we'd see him on Dark. Yeah, Rampage. We see him on Rampage, and then he just disappeared. Is there a lawsuit pending? Is there a lawsuit pending here?
What the article said was that if he filed a complaint, whatever that even, like, it has no, like, as far as I'm aware, that doesn't mean a lawsuit. It just, like, I don't even know what a complaint would technically mean in the business world. If it's, yeah, I don't know. We'd have to get a legal expert on here to.
Was Brian Danielson involved with the legal committee here before? Because we know Punk would have got fined, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about that.
And I don't think they had that discipline committee until the Punk thing actually came up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, because I think that was the only reason they formed the discipline committee was because of the Punk situation with
Tony Khan felt threatened for his life.
Yeah.
Now, Merrick, besides Double A, have you ever felt threatened at a wrestling show by anybody?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I walked out of a match one time. Like right in the middle of it.
Wow.
I won't mention any names, but yes, I have. I just halfway through the match felt unsafe, and I just rolled out of the ring and walked to the back.
Damn. Unsafe as in guy not trained, or guy was too stiff, and why was it Matt Cardona?
Combination of both. I not I guess trained to the extent that he should have been.
Sure.
Way too stiff. Giving moves incorrectly, just stuff like that. So I just decided to.
As soon as they grab your right arm, you're like, "Fuck me."
Yeah, no. What did it for me was, I mean, I listen. I can deal with people being stiff, but what did it for me was, I remember he gave me a belly to back, and he bumped before I did, if that makes sense. Like he had me up and he bumped and then I bumped
Oh, so he rolled you. It's like a roll, like he rolled you instead of.
It was so weird, but I just remember landing and feeling super weird, and I was like, not that I was hurt, but I knew that we landed weird, and I was like, I'm not even gonna do this right now. And he was a bigger dude than me, so even if I wanted to try to protect myself, I probably wouldn't have stood a chance, but I was like, I don't care. I'll get counted out.
Kevin Erickson says it's not BJ Walker, is it?
No, it was not BJ Walker.
Not BJ. BJ's much better now. So Owen Hardy's in the chat. What's up, superstars?
Oh, dude, I want to work on so bad.
He's got a shit ton of potential, man.
I know. Yeah.
I just hope that idiot Brian Hardy doesn't hold him back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, Owen's fun. He broke his hand not too long ago, and he worked a match where every time he got into the ring, he got bumped and fell out and laid out on the outside for 3 or 4 minutes, and then came back. Just repeated it. I thought it was great.
I love it.
So, anyway, Nemeth is now in. Is he in TNA?
Yes.
TNA now?
Yeah, he went there.
Yeah, okay.
Which is interesting because TNA, WWE working together, Ryan being the former Evan Bourne, has a chance to I don't know if he wants a chance to go back to the WWE or at least, have the chance to kind of work in the WWE again, but he's got that opportunity now that. So I don't know, like just very quickly on the whole situation. And again, I'm not a wrestler. I have no knowledge of whether the in-ring safety or the backstage political maneuverings and stuff like that. But the thing that gets me about that story very quickly is that so if he's got the evidence that he says he does, threats and this stuff, and he took it to the Bucks or whatever, and then if they escalated up to the food chain to Tony Khan, and he went to Tony Khan and said, "Look, I've got all this stuff. Why wasn't it dealt with?" Like that's the thing.
Because
Like that,
CM Punk was a cash cow.
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
I get that. But here's the thing. This just goes to the overall point we've been making over the last year about AEW and the simple fact that
Not all opinions of this reflect on Merrick Miami. Go ahead.
Yeah. But no, like we have talked, the three of us have talked about the lack of leadership, the lack of command structure in that company. Yes, Punk is a cash cow. Yes, Punk is bringing in money, but I'm sorry, like again, and I'm a Punk fan, and I will stick up for Punk, and I do. But I just if your talent is coming to you with a complaint saying that this guy is being unsafe in the workplace in any given situation, and you don't deal with it,
I think you got to understand too that Punk was also given like that quiet executive role where he was kind of running Collision, and he was, when they gave him his own show because he couldn't get along with anybody on the main show. But, he was an executive. So, I mean, it all fell on deaf ears, right? It ended up all falling on deaf ears. Merrick, are you a Punk fan?
Yeah, as a performer, I think he's great.
Yeah.
As a human being, he is a piece of shit.
Alberto
There's
Del
a lot
Rio,
of there's a lot of stories.
Yeah, Alberto Del Rio. He's definitely in one of my top 10 at least, like work wise. But obviously, we know from media,
yeah,
not the greatest human being, but still a great performer
in the wrestling world. The top-notch people,
for sure.
Behind the scenes, shaky at best. And CM Punk is one of those guys. Yeah, very questionable. And CM Punk, whether we're seeing it now, where maybe he has changed his stripes, maybe he has decided to take on this role of mentor or whatever. But in the WWE, it's a lot different when they give you this mentoring role because it's controlled mentoring, right? They're not given.
Right.
They didn't do what Tony Khan did and say, here, Punk, take the whole thing, do your thing, make it your show, you're in charge, whatever. And then Punk kind of went a little haywire and bullied people, and I think he bit people. Did he bite somebody?
No, it was
Yeah.
It was.
The dog wasn't hurt. We're good there. The dog was fine.
Yeah, Larry was fine. It was
Larry was good.
He threw a chair at one of the Jacksons, and he bit Omega. Or no, it was Ace Steel bit Omega.
Ace Steel, yeah. Ace Steel got hungry, and his DoorDash didn't get there in time. I don't know. Ran out of muffins. But
what a crazy time in wrestling.
That was absolutely. Was it? It was just what, a year ago, a year and a half ago, something like that. Like it was.
Yeah.
That's all we talked about. Punk.
Yeah,
Punk,
we had
Punk.
at least a twice a week breaking news segment on CM Punk.
CM Punk is hired. CM Punk is fired. There was a lot of and CM Punk hired again. So there was a lot of that stuff. So anyway,
that was part of the 12 Hard Ways of Christmas.
It was part of the 12 Hard Ways of Christmas. So anyway, more information to come on that. I'm sure we're gonna see. I'm hoping that he releases all the. First off, we thought that we chatted about it in the chat. Scotty, you were like, this piece of shit. I can't believe that he, would put this stuff out there. But I commend Ryan for not taking 3 years of salary, the Ricky Starks treatment, by the way, guarantee Ricky Starks treatment, 3 years of salary and being quiet about it. It wasn't about the money. It was about getting the truth out there. And I give Ryan Nemeth um,
Yeah, for
a lot of
sure.
props on that. So a lot of guys wouldn't. Like,
Yeah.
if somebody said to me, "Hey, Jonathan, we're gonna keep you off TV for 3 years, but we're gonna pay you," I would be fine. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll just hang out here in front of the computer. Not a big deal. But he is Ryan Nemeth, different animal. So plus he's probably living off of Dolph's off of Dolph's money. So anyway, oh, what do we got next?
NXT deadline.
Yes, NXT deadline. Merrick, you watch NXT?
Here and there.
I'm gonna be honest.
Not enough to. I don't know, man. Ever since like the black and gold NXT, like the real good NXT,
Yeah,
The Triple H NXT.
I don't know, man. I can't do it.
yeah. Before Vince came in and dumped all the colors onto the pavement and said,
I
"Here you
mean,
go."
listen, I watch all their like pay-per-views and stuff because their pay-per-views are usually pretty decent, but
Yeah,
but I don't watch weekly now.
yeah. I me neither. I try to. I try to keep up onto it, up on with it with highlights and stuff. But I watch so much fucking wrestling, Merrick. It's terrible. It is terrible. Yeah, there's just so much. I enjoy. What do you think of the? Okay, so you're a WWE guy, probably WWE guy, or you just like it all?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I
What do you-
mean,
what do you-
pretty much like it all, but mainly WWE. Yeah.
What do you think of the 2-hour Raws?
I've gotten so used to 3 hours that I feel like the 2 hours are weird. Like I was just back like when Raw was in Hershey like a month or so ago, whenever that was, and we went. It was 2 hours. I was like, damn, the show's over already. I was like, but I guess I understand it from the aspect of like producing that third hour, and I'm sure it's not easy to write an hour's worth of television.
Yeah.
But are they going back to 3? Like on
Supposedly they're going
Netflix?
back to 3 when
Once
they
they
get
go
to
to
Netflix,
Netflix.
but they're kicking it around to keep it at 2. I actually think the storylines are more concise. Everything's
Yeah,
like a little smoother. It seems like, and there's
yeah.
not filler
I
with dumb
think.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with the 3 hours that I was frustrated with for a while was if there was like a super important storyline going on, there were like 4 or 5 segments that whole show that would revolved around that storyline, and I'm like when like back in I know it was during COVID too, but like when Seth had that like the missionary visionary first gimmick started coming around, he was feuding with Ray. It's like how many segments did we have to see of him beating Ray up in one
Right.
show, or him stalking Ray, or like I was just like, all right, we get the point. And I felt that we were starting to get that with Rollins and Bronson,
Yes. Yes. Thank
and
you.
it was
Thank you.
like
It's too much.
every couple segments, like Bronson was looking for Rollins or Rollins looking for
Well, it was the
Bronson.
same thing with
And
Bronson and what's his name, Big Show Junior, uh,
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. Same thing with
yeah,
them.
and I was just like, all right, man, like we get it. But I mean, I like where they went with it.
Yeah.
Like I think Bronson Reed is a hell of a worker for his size, and like I'm glad that they're giving him that. But there for a little bit I was just like, oh man, like well, I guess after we come back from commercial we're gonna see Seth and Bronson again.
Yeah, we'll be back in the parking lot, the dangerous parking
Yeah.
lot, the AEW or the WWE. I'll get one of them out. The WWE dangerous parking lot. Once they end up there, that's it. Storyline
Yeah,
is over.
right.
Storyline's over. So
Well, you think WWE is bad? I mean, AEW's got Darby Allin driving cars into other cars into their.
I think NXT's parking lot is the worst because some shit goes down in that parking lot.
Oh, man.
They all drive in the same car, by the way. The same car. So let's get into it. Again, I don't watch it as closely. I know a little bit, but just enough. Just enough. Owen wants to know, bro, when are you getting Leo Sweet in NXT? He died, and Leo Sweet is dead. He died with
Yeah, Leo
sunshine.
Sweet's dead.
He died with sunshine. So
Yeah, Leo
Anyway.
Sweet's dead.
all right, let's go 5 matches. Then we'll get out of here. Men's Iron Survivor match: Wesley, Javon Evans, Nathan Frazier versus Ethan Page and Eddie Thorpe. Winner of this gets the winner of the heavyweight for the championship match. Who is that? Oh, it's that idiot Rich Holland and Trick Williams, winner of the Iron Survivor match. Merrick, we're gonna go to you first. Wesley, Javon
boy.
Evans, Nathan Frazier, Ethan Page, skinny Ethan Page, not chubby Ethan Page. They're different. They're different. They're different.
Yes.
Yeah, they're different.
I gotta go. So I'll say who I want and who I think.
Okay.
Who I want would be Javon Evans
Yes.
because that would be fantastic.
Have you ever
He's
worked
got
with
some
you ever
talent.
worked with Javon? You ever work with him?
No, I haven't. But I think they'll go Ethan Page
Again?
again. Yeah.
Okay.
I 100% agree with Merrick,
Ethan Page. Okay.
but should be Javon Evans.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement. I think they're going to get this back on Ethan Page. They're going to, because we'll get to the trick match in a sec, but you can already guess who my pick for the winner is on that, because they're going to go back to Trick and Ethan for the title. So, yeah, my pick is Ethan Page to win this one.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I love Ethan Page. There was no one in this room right now that loves Ethan Page more than me, and I'm the only one in this room.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Javon Evans. I want to see Javon Evans, Trick Williams, in eventually coming up here with Trick Williams being heel. I think it'd be awesome to put that title on Javon Evans. The guy's amazing, and he just got the X-Pac rub. So, FTW, what's up? What's up, man? What's going on? Okay, we got the women's Iron Survivor match. Saul Ruka, Stephanie Valkyrie, Zaire, Jillian,
Julia.
thank you, and Ren
Gesundheit.
Sinclair. Scotty, I know you love women. I know. Before you go to the bathroom, I need you to talk about this match a little bit.
He says, when's the women's match? I got to use the bathroom.
Got the potty. I got the potty match. Actually, if you leave during this match, you're gonna miss something, because all these women are ridiculous.
Yeah.
All these women. I don't know anything about Ren Sinclair.
I don't either.
But Saul Ruka, Stephanie Valkyrie, Zaire, love that. So, go ahead, Scotty. Give me your pick. And Lita's not in this. You can't pick Lita.
Or Trish Stratus.
My pick, honestly, is going to be Stephanie Valkyrie. I think she is going to be she's the next big thing in NXT, and could be the next big thing in WWE Women's Wrestling. So I think she's going to get the rub on this and win and go on to challenge for the title. So,
all right, Ricky.
Same. Big Stephanie Valkyrie fan.
Okay.
Merrick. Who I want, Sol Ruka.
Yep.
ooh, okay.
Who I think, Zarya.
Oh, I like that. Zarya is a beast. She's an absolute beast.
Just the way they hyped her up, I feel like they would. That's something they would give to her like right away.
Yeah. I'm all over the place today. I love all these women except for Julia, because she spells Julia wrong. I'm going with Saul Ruka. I think athletically, Saul Ruka is going to be the best woman in this match. I think
that flipping RKO that she does is freaking awesome.
Her finish is so good.
Is ridiculous. Merrick, can we get that? Can we get that at some point?
What's that?
That flipping
that finish?
cutter, yeah.
Yeah, I'd break my neck.
I'll tell you what. Here's what we do. We'll break our necks together. The next time
All
we
right.
do something, right, and I interfere, you just do it. Just do
All
it.
right.
You tell me which way you're going with it, and I'll bump.
All right.
It might be my last time ever. I might have to do a paraplegic match after that, but whatever. It'll be fun. I'm actually going with Saul Ruka. So I'm going with Saul Ruka there. NXT Tag Team Championship match. Fraxium, Nathan Frazier versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus No Quarter Catch Crew, Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights. Merrick.
Man, some of these names they come up with.
Right?
So
I hate all these guys, by the way. God.
Yeah.
From the little bit that I have watched, please correct me if I'm wrong. They're like promoting like tension between Frazier and Axiom.
They've been
right
doing
now.
this for like 6 months, it seems like.
So I'm gonna go the No Quarter Catch Crew, whoever they are, because
And that's why you're wrong, because they're gonna fucking screw you.
It's Scotty, just so you know, you just picked the opposite with Jason picks, because when it involves Nathan Frazier and Axiom, he always loses.
Always. Always.
That's your ticket to the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, Scott. Give us your pick here. Or do you want to hear what mine is first?
Let me hear what yours is first.
First off, I hate fucking Nathan Frazier and Axiom because they fuck me every. So, no, we didn't talk about this. We have a fantasy wrestling league, and
You
you're
should get in
welcome
at
to.
$25.
Yeah, it's $5 a month. You can't beat it.
Patreon.
It's Patreon. It's $5 a month. You can't beat it. Anyway, every time I pick them to win, they lose. Every time I pick them to lose, they win. They fuck me every time. They've cost me points. I can never pick these guys right. They look like they've been looking like they're going to break up for months now. And for some reason, they stay together. Now, the No Quarter Catch Crew on a little bit of a run here, right? In the last NXT, they're a little bit of a run here. So I'm still on the fence here, but whatever it is, it's going to screw me. So I'm going with No Quarter Catch Crew to win the championship.
Well, doesn't change my pick because I was going to go with Axiom and Nathan Frazier to win anyways.
Fuck, they're gonna win.
Same here. Same here.
Terrible.
So, hey, Jason, put all 5 points on your pick, and let's see what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you cashing in?
He says he's going. He has to remember.
Oh, he's got to announce it though. So here's what, Merrick, we do this fantasy league. It's only $5 a month. Maybe I didn't mention that. I don't know. The first show or first pay-per-view of every new it runs for 2 months and then it starts over. Right. So the very first pay-per-view out of the new season or new part or whatever is a Money in the Bank. So if you have the most points out of that one, you win the Money in the Bank.
Okay.
And you have 2 months to cash that in. Now, if you're the champion coming out of the last quarter or last whatever, you don't get a shot at that Money in the Bank. It's only everybody else. So
Gotcha.
Scotty has Scotty in the bank right now. So he's completely almost forgot to cash it in already. You can't cash it in on the last show. It has to be the show before. So
I didn't forget. I just was stupid and didn't cash it in at Survivor Series when I should have.
Yeah.
But because I had a couple matches on the card that I was like, all right, it's still too close to call. I can't risk it because if I lose, I'm going to look like a laughing stock. So I'm stuck cashing it in on this one where I have no idea what's going to happen.
Perfect.
Just remember, Axiom and Nathan Frazier are your ace in the sleeve.
1 point on Ridge Holland. I mean, 1 point on No Quarter Catch Crew. All right, NXT Underground match: Lola Vice, who's awesome, versus Jada Parker here. This underground match, they take the ropes down, and they bring the lighting down, and they wear lingerie. I think. Might not be the same thing. Might not be the same thing I'm thinking.
I'll take Lola Vice for 500, Alex.
Okay, Ricky's got Lola Vice. Merrick.
We win. um,
yes,
the-
yes, we do.
yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
yeah,
We do win.
we do win.
These camera guys better be sharp.
Yeah, but dude, this one stresses me a little bit though because I feel like Lola Vice should win it, but I feel like they might give it to Jada Parker.
Now, Lola Vice is undefeated, right?
Yeah,
Very stressful.
I know it is
If I had
stressful.
hair, I'd pull it out.
Yeah,
Scotty, who you got here?
See,
Lola.
I'm sticking with Lola, and I'm sticking with the undefeated streak on this one. I think she's going to go over, and they're going to keep that going. So, yep, Lola Vice for me.
All right, what does Mr. Puffer say?
He's not a drinker,
Okay.
or is he? No, he
Might
said,
be.
"No, get that out of here."
Give me a gummy. Get me out of here. Ricky?
Low Vice.
Lola Vice. All right. Well, I'm actually going with Lola Vice too. Because she's cuter than the other one. That's how I'm going by. I'm gonna pick wrestlers from now on, like my girlfriend picks football teams by their favorite color. That's how I'm gonna do it. All right. NXT championship match. Trick Williams, the champion, versus Ridge Holland. Now we know this is a tough one because it's very possible that Ridge kills Trick
Yeah.
in the middle of this match
Yeah,
and wins this title by default. Right? I think Ridge, okay wrestler, like not great. Give me Adam Pierce. Give me Adam Pierce. All right. Stop reading the chat, Jason. Stop reading the chat. I'm totally fucked up now. Ridge Holland, not a great wrestler. Terrible fucking promo. I would love to have seen Ridge Holland have a mouthpiece. I think Ridge Holland needs a manager or someone who can speak with him. Ridge Holland looks great. No, not Jonathan Cross. He's not breaking my fucking neck.
Yeah.
I just think he can't ever get his point across. He's not as big as he is, as menacing as he can look. He just doesn't do it for me, right? So I think that the Ridge Holland is going to be moving back up to the main roster here shortly, just in time to be cut like Baron Corbin. And I'm going with Trick Williams. Merrick?
yeah, probably Trick.
Yeah. Whoop that trick.
Whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scotty?
Trick Williams. Like I said, I think they're going to go with Trick Williams, Ethan Page one more time. Which it might be not a bad call. I mean, yes, they might need to do this might need to be the last time they do it, but one more time I don't think it's going to hurt the guys. So
I mean, I really think we could get a Carmelo Trick type of situation here with Javon Evans.
yeah, that's
Javon looks up to Trick. They're buddies, whatever. Trick, beats the shit out of Javon Evans, which we know he can take a beating, and Javon eventually wins that title at some point. Don't know when their next pay-per-view is. It might be a little while, but man, I'm hoping Javon Williams gets that. He's a local guy. I want to say he's from like DC.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he's not too far away. So anyway, that is our picks for NXT Deadline, which starts at 7:00. 7:00. I love these early times, by the way. Give me those early times. Daddy falls asleep at 8:00, so I need I need these 7:00 times. At least I'll get the women's match in. So
Don't forget to take your vitamins.
Oh, definitely. Oh,
yeah.
Boy. Yeah, I had a half a vitamin. It fucked me completely up. So, anyway, Merrick, thank you so much for joining us, man. I'm glad you got a chance to get you on here, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. We'll do it again for sure.
Absolutely. So, tell everybody where you're going to be at next couple weeks.
So next week, I will be in Houston, Delaware for 1CW. I believe the show is Christmas Mayhem. And then after Christmas on December 28th, I will be in Seven Valleys, PA for SWO Frostbite Fury. And then that will be my last show for the year, and then it's on to 2025.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Very cool. So, if you're interested, I can put in a word in our area here. Voltage Wrestling would be a good one for you.
Yeah, for
To get.
sure.
So, I will get your schedule. I will talk to Mike, and I will talk to Tim at ATCW. Maybe we can get you over there. Maybe
Yeah,
get
oh,
you.
yeah.
Maybe get you to run it back against Adam Armstrong there because
Yeah.
he doesn't win there. So no cheating. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. That's going to do it here for Hard Way Wrestling. Okay, only a couple shows left before the end of the year. We have our Christmas show coming up. Then we have, I think there's one more pay-per-view for AEW.
World's End.
World's End, and that is when? Is that the 30th of December, or is that RH?
God damn it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We got one more pay-per-view to cover. We got our Christmas show. There might be another show
29th.
sprinkled in there. But these next couple of weeks are gonna be crazy busy with the holidays, and I'm booked doing other things. So but we will definitely get some stuff out here to you. Be on the lookout for that Christmas show. The 12 Hard Ways of Christmas Part 2 will be coming live too. So if you've not seen the first one, if you've not seen the first one, you got to see the first one. Brian Hardy steals the fucking show in that one.
Do not eat or drink while watching.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So anyway, thank you.
The bar too high for it.
What's that?
The bar is way too high. You're gonna have to come up with some real good shit to top that.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Next year might be even worse. So anyway, thank you, boys, and we'll see you guys next time
On the hard way.
Come in.